We are living in a time where everyone seems to be on edge. Jobs are hard to come by, and if you do have one, the pay is low. Sometimes even decreasing instead of that promised raise. Everyone wants respect, but few are prepared to give it. All it takes is the smallest thing, a word said in the wrong way, a misunderstood action, and that's enough to set the spark and to set someone off. We meet and get involved with people who we know aren't right for us, and we choose to ignore all the red flags because sometimes being with someone feels safer than being alone. And now Christmas is here again, my favorite time of the year. But unfortunately, Christmas is also the time where violence against women often rises. So although it should be the most wonderful time of the year, for many people it is filled with fear, anxiety, and abuse. If you're in a volatile relationship, if you find yourself tiptoeing on eggshells in your own home, if you are just waiting for him to snap at any given moment, if you are just hoping to keep things together, especially for the children, so that Christmas isn't ruined, then this is the video for you. I need to share these warning signs that I believe every woman should know this holiday season. Now you might want to stick around for all of these because some of them are so subtle, some of them are so normalized that we don't even recognize them as red flags anymore, and that can be a danger. These aren't just holiday hiccups. These are warning signs wrapped in tinsel and tradition. So get comfortable, find a private and safe place to watch, and let's unwrap these truths together. So if you're interested in this topic, and if you want to know more about these Christmas red flags and possibly learn how to deal with them, then you know what to do, and that is don't go anywhere. During holiday meals with the family, he makes little digs about your cooking, about your cleaning, about your hosting abilities. He does everything that he possibly can to make you feel incompetent and to make you feel less than. He corrects you in front of your family, and he comments about what and how much you eat. He shares embarrassing stories about you around the table, and he seems to enjoy it if someone should laugh. What are the red flags? Well, the red flags are to damage your self-esteem, to create public embarrassment, to show dominance, to create isolation. Now, what you can do during these meals is to make sure that you're seated beside someone who's an ally, someone who you know is on your side. Try your best to keep the conversation general, stay calm and composed, and maybe have a couple of prepared answers ready. For example, if he says anything about your eating, then you can say something like, "And who wouldn't enjoy Aunt Sally's pie? It's so delicious, right?" Remember, holiday meals should be about connection and joy and not walking on eggshells. He goes through your phone after holiday get-togethers, questioning every text, every photo, every social media interaction, everything. He controls who you talk to at parties, watches your every move, at get-togethers and questions every single conversation that you have. He gets jealous at the smallest thing and no matter who it is that you talk to. And he's quite prepared to create a scene if you are too friendly, according to him, with any male who is close to you. And of course, he's going to accuse you of flirting, even if you just look in that male's direction. Why is this behavior a red flag? It's extreme possessiveness. It's paranoid monitoring. It's social control. It means he has trust issues. There is potential for escalation, and it's extreme jealousy. What you can do when it comes to your digital safety is make small, gradual changes that won't make him suspicious. Keep your regular social media routine. Clear only specific sensitive items from your browser, not everything, because that may cause him to be suspicious, okay? Remember, his behavior shows dangerous possessiveness, so be careful because it can escalate. He monitors your holiday spending right down to the last penny, but spends freely on himself or his family. He hides holiday money. He claims you're wasteful and that you're not very good when it comes to money. And sometimes he will even force you to bring back things that you have bought. If you ask him why, if you ask him anything, he will say, I earn, I make the rules. This is a red flag because it shows financial control, creates power imbalance, demonstrates double standards, shows calculated inequality. I mean, the list goes on. What you can do is keep a record of your spending. Maybe put it somewhere safe where he can't see, so that if he does say anything about how much you've spent or exaggerated it, you know that you have all the receipts and you know exactly how much you spent and where you spent it. Remember, holiday budgets should be about shared planning, not power and restriction. He ruins holiday traditions that you try to make for your children. He forgets important events. He creates drama during special moments. He even makes fun of your efforts. He mocks family tradition, makes fun of family customs, refuses to participate in traditions. Why is this a red flag? Because it weakens your family connections, destroys cherished moments, shows contempt for what matters to you, affects children's sense of security, and it aims to control the family narrative. What you can do is try and maintain as much normalcy as possible. Take photos of your celebrations. Create backup celebration plans. Document the impact that it has on your children. Remember, holiday traditions and customs should bring families together, not tear them apart. He tells the children, well, I guess Santa won't bring us nice presents this year because Mummy spent all the money. He might even say, Mummy doesn't want you to have a nice Christmas. He says things like, if you were a better mother, then the kids would get better presents. He even threatens to tell the children that Santa isn't real. He takes credit for the gifts that you buy, and he makes the children feel guilty for enjoying the gifts that they receive from your family. Why is this a red flag? It's a red flag because he uses children as pawns in emotional warfare. He damages children's emotional well-being. He undermines your parental authority. It can create lasting childhood trauma. And it ruins innocent family and holiday joy. What you can do is stay calm and don't argue about gifts, especially not in front of the kids. Reassure them that they're loved and that everything is going to be okay. Try and keep their routine as normal as possible. And if you can do it safely, document every manipulation that he does on the children. Remember, holiday magic should create childhood memories, not emotional scars. He turns Christmas shopping into an interrogation. Every single receipt, he has to see it right away. Every purchase must be explained in absolute detail. He questions who each gift is for, why you chose it, demands to know every store you visited. He checks your shopping bag, your online order history, and bank transactions obsessively. The man is obsessed. So of course now shopping becomes a source of anxiety rather than joy. This is a red flag because it uses receipts to track your movements. It shows obsessive need for control. It creates a paper trail of your activities. It monitors your relationships, who the gifts are for. And it also shows a bit of stalking behavior. What you can do is shop with trusted friends or family. Use cash when possible. Keep receipts in a safe place. Take photos of receipts before showing them and keep those photos safe. And save evidence of his questioning. But make sure you do all of these things if you can do them safely. Remember, holiday gifts should bring joy, not create a paper trail of control. During holiday get-togethers, he never leaves your side. If anybody asks you a question, he answers for you. And he gives you threatening looks if you seem to enjoy yourself too much. And he might even physically position himself in a way to block you from the others. Why is this a red flag? It's a red flag because he's monitoring your conversation. And by doing so, he's also preventing you from asking help just in case you may need to. He's controlling your social interactions. He's preventing private conversations with family and friends. And he's maintaining dominance in social situations. What you can do is create reasons to move around, like helping in the kitchen, having a bathroom break, getting drinks and food, checking on the children. And you can use these moments to send texts or to have a private conversation. Remember, family gatherings should be about connection and celebration, not feeling watched and controlled. Just when you're about to leave for your parents' Christmas dinner, wouldn't you know, he picks a fight. He brings up old issues. He criticizes what you're wearing. There's a work emergency. He claims that you care more about your family than you care about him. Well, it's a red flag because it makes you miss family events. It makes you arrive upset and distracted. It might make you leave early. And it might make you think twice about accepting another family function. What you can do, though, is stay calm and not engage in the argument. Make sure that your phone is close by and fully charged because it could be your lifeline. Have your car keys in your pocket and not in your purse, because he might take away your purse. But if you have them in your pocket, you still might be able to leave the house and use them. Remember, when fights consistently happen before a family event or an event, it's not stress, it's strategy. He paces around the house like a caged animal. This man, he is ready to explode. He is constantly angry, snapping at the slightest thing. He makes everyone on edge, and everyone walks on tiptoes and on eggshells when he's around. The atmosphere within the house is tense. Why is this a red flag? Well, it's a red flag because it seems like he's about to explode. He's intimidating with his movements. He creates an atmosphere of fear, and his rage could be a sign of imminent danger. What you can do is keep children away, be prepared to leave, make sure your phone is charged, keep your car keys in your pocket, make sure that you have a clear path to the exit, and most importantly, something that I will repeat over and over and over again: trust your gut. You know when it's getting dangerous. Trust your instinct. He gives you a really expensive and nice gift in public, but in private, he will use it to control you. I bought you that necklace. I bought you that ring. I bought you that dress. And this is how you're going to treat me? This is how you're going to talk to me? This is how you're going to repay me? He makes you feel indebted to him. He keeps track of how much every gift he buys you costs. And he will bring up that cost in every argument, every conversation, just to keep you in check and just to remind you, just in case you've forgotten. So for him, he used gifts as handcuffs. Why is this a red flag? It's a red flag because it shows financial control. It creates emotional debt. It uses gifts as leverage. It shows manipulation skills. It creates dependency. He uses generosity as a weapon. What you can do is keep a record of all gifts given and received. Save threatening messages about gifts. Keep gift receipts in a safe place. And if possible, and when possible, try and maintain financial independence. Remember, holiday gifts should be given from the heart and not be used as weapons. He makes public suggestions for your resolutions. For example, this is the year that you are going to lose weight and that you're finally going to get in shape. He creates weekly check-ins to monitor your progress and uses your failures as ammunition against you. He dismisses the resolutions that you make for yourself, and he insists that you only work on things to fix your flaws. And when you can't meet his impossible standards, then of course he uses it as proof that you can't follow through with anything. Why is this a red flag? It's a red flag because it shows calculated public humiliation. It creates a year-long controlling mechanism. What you can do is keep your real goals private. Maintain your own private goals. Remember, a loving partner supports your goals. They don't dictate them or use them to shame you. His drinking increases at holiday gatherings, and he becomes increasingly aggressive and emotionally abusive. And of course, he'll blame the alcohol and he'll say, well, it's Christmas after all. Or it's Christmas, come on, what's the drink? Lighten up. Why is this a red flag? It's a red flag because he's using alcohol as an excuse to abuse. It creates fear and tension. He's testing boundaries in public and he's embarrassing you. Now what you can do is to make sure that you remain sober. Where possible, have your own transportation. Be aware of all the exits. And if you have children present, keep them close. Remember, excessive drinking is never an excuse for making you feel unsafe. He uses holiday stress as an excuse for aggressive behavior. He will throw decorations. He will punch the wall. He will break things. He will slam the door. He will scream. He will shout. He might say things like, this is all your fault because you're stressing me over this Christmas. Or he might say, the Christmas holidays drive me crazy and you know that. Now, why is this a red flag? It's a red flag because he uses the holiday as an excuse for violence. He shows escalating aggressive behavior. He normalizes destruction of property and he makes you walk on eggshells. This kind of behavior can also escalate to physical abuse. And if there are children around, he can also traumatize the children. What you need to do is focus on your safety. Stay out of enclosed places like the kitchen or the bathroom. Make sure you have a clear space to the exits. Don't try and calm him down. Don't try to reason with him. Do not engage. Protect children if present. Stay away from potential weapons like knives in the kitchen. Be ready to call for help. And if you can do so safely, leave. Remember, when stress turns to destruction, that's not holiday tension. That's a warning sign that worse is yet to come. So there you have it. Here are my 14 red flags that hopefully show the difference between normal holiday stress and dangerous control. I wish each and every one of you a really happy Christmas filled with love, joy, and peace. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It was good to see you. It always is. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. But until then, be kind to yourself and to others. But most of all, be safe. Take care. Bye for now. I love you all. Happy Christmas, everybody. Ciao.